Hello, good afternoon. Unfortunately, a lot of cloud around over the next few days. We're searching for those sunny spells. There will be a few, but also spells of rain and quite strong winds at times as we head into the second half of the week. Murky over the hills as well, over the Pennines and the Peak District. Some low cloud hugging higher ground over the next 48 hours or so. Low pressure is pretty much in charge. This rather deep area of low pressure is to the south of us by the end of the week towards the weekend, and in turn further north it will start to import and southeasterly airflow, so a colder air mass through the weekend and into next week. But in the meantime, we're pretty much frost-free overnight tonight. There's a lot of clouds around. The winds are still relatively strong, although they will ease compared to today's values. Misty and murky and damp over the hills, and yes, fairly gusty winds, especially out towards the coast. Another windy day tomorrow, another cloudy day tomorrow. There will be further outbreaks of rain at times. Heaviest pulses probably over higher ground. Again, misty and murky here. Maybe a little drier later into the second half of the day, but still fairly cloudy. Some limited brightness to start Friday before another front. A dry weekend and starting to become a little colder and calmer. Hello, good afternoon. Nothing too terrible over the next few days, but generally speaking, low pressure in charge, giving us spells of rain, often quite strong winds, and misty and murky over the hills with poor visibility, especially if you're travelling Trans-Pennine. So low pressure is in charge, feeding in fronts, and also some fairly strong winds out towards the coast as we head closer towards the weekend. This low pressure system is to the south of us, and in turn, further north, we start to import a colder air mass through the weekend and into next week. But overnight tonight we should be frost-free. There's plenty of cloud, low cloud over the hills, and on and off there will be outbreaks of showery rain, heavy at times, particularly over higher ground. So we're frost-free tonight, but still quite windy, cloudy and damp for many of us. Tomorrow's a bit of a messy day. Largely cloudy. There'll still be some outbreaks of rain, particularly in the west, travelling up the Pennines. Again, poor visibility here, not great for travelling. Into the afternoon, perhaps a little bit more in the way of brightness or thinner cloud, so a little drier towards the second half of the day. But the winds will be strong and gusty, especially for the hills and coasts. Maybe some brightness first thing on Friday, but as we head towards the weekend, we start to import that colder air.